Well, good morning or afternoon, folks. My name is Tommy Thompson. Some of you may know me. Some of you may soon know me. I've been approached about coming to Russia and doing some counseling, some auditing, and also to do some tech lectures, among other things. This video may seem a little slow, is because I don't have any notes. I'm not trying to make this thing go faster. I'm just taking it off the top of my head, so if it seems like that I'm kind of low-toned and thinking a lot, that's not the case. It's just that I don't have anything prepared to say. But what I want to do, there's two things that are very important in Scientology. Well, there's many things, but there's at least two things for me now that seem to be most important. I've been auditing now for almost 20 years. One of them, and what I think probably is one of the most important things in Scientology, is a happiness rundown. Now I know, happiness rundown, sure, I'm very happy. When this thing first came out, it was hooray, hooray, happiness rundown, marvelous, marvelous. And it got a lot of publicity, and a lot of people did the rundown, and the happiness booklet, it was being pushed a lot. There are a lot of good success stories. Well, at the same time, there was a lot of other things that came out, or shortly after that, in Scientology, and they got good success stories, and they got good reviews. And so the happiness rundown was sort of pushed off to the side a little bit, because the idea, the think on it was, well, you know, it's just moral precepts. It's just some good ideas about how to live, and I really want to be OT. You see, nobody understood what OT was, and nobody understood what happiness was. Probably the only one that did understand was LRH. So even though this rundown was an extremely, extremely good rundown, it never got the promotion, the allocates, the hurrah, hurrah, yay, happiness rundown that it should have. Even myself, I looked at it and I said, yeah, that's pretty good, but I want to be OT 4 or 5 or whatever was on at the time. And it wasn't until the last year, well, about 2 years now, that I've been auditing on this rundown. And I'll tell you, it's the most fantastic rundown in all of Scientology. What Scientology handles, for most people anyway, is they want to get rid of something. They got something they don't like. They got a bad leg. They got a bad wife, or a bad husband, or no wife, or no husband, or their horns aren't growing quite as straight as they think they should, or their boss don't like them. They want to get rid of something. They want to change an unwanted condition. Well, this is good, because that's what Scientology does. It changes unwanted conditions. That's exactly what it is. That's what LRH said to promote it as, and that's what it does. You have an unwanted condition, great, you know, apply some Scientology and you can change that condition. But what people don't understand is that the happiness rundown is related to survival. And this is back in Excalibur, not Excalibur, the Ron Zorg's Excalibur, but Excalibur the book. And Ron postulates the underlying cause of all life. What is the source, and why is all life doing something? Well, it's to survive. That's all it's doing. All your basic books are based on this. Your Dianetics, your original thesis, all of the Scientology really is just based on this one fact, that life is going to survive. That's all it's doing. It's not surviving with $1 million. It's not surviving with 3 extra horns on your head. It's just survive. Any game is better than no game. There must be a game. If you don't know this, then you should read your factors. You should read your creation of human ability. You should read your basic books. If you don't understand this, I don't care where you think you're at on the bridge. If you don't understand this, you're not there. These are the basic things. Life is trying to survive. Why? It doesn't make any difference why. That's all it's doing. It's trying to survive. It's trying to survive along 8 dynamics. Survival of self, love, sex, family, and children, groups, friends. It's trying to survive as mankind, as races. It's trying to survive as roses and grass and trees and bugs. It's trying to survive in your house, in your car, in matter, energy, space, and time. It's trying to survive. You are trying to survive as a spiritual being, and you got some kind of an infinity or a God dynamic or something that's where the goal is. You want everything to survive. How long? You want it to survive forever. You don't want it to survive 2 weeks and then die. No, you want to try to get things to survive forever. And so you have an infinite number of choices of things that you can make in this game. But all it is a game. And a game is to survive. That's all. Persist through time. Of course, in order to have a game, you have to have a lie. Nothing is going to persist without some kind of lie. As is, and that's it. So when you break down this survival instinct, you have 8 divisions, 8 separate things. You have the 8 dynamics, and that's what a person is trying to do. They're trying to survive in 8 dynamics, and of course they're trying to increase their survival or their pleasure. Pleasure is just a reward for surviving. Pleasure tells you, yes, I'm surviving, I'm doing well. Pain tells you you're not doing so good. You're going the wrong way. If it hurts, it's not survival, you see. If it feels good, yeah, that's survival. The whole organism, the whole body, the whole society, the whole game, all 8 dynamics are all mocked up to reward survival and punish non-survival. Well, non-survival is punishment. If you don't take care of your car, you don't put oil in it, you don't change the tires, you don't keep it clean, it's going to fall apart and die. That's it. You're going to haul it off to the junkyard. You don't take care of your wife, you don't give her a kiss on the neck once in a while and a pinch on the butt. Pretty soon you ain't going to have a wife or a husband. You have to create a game constantly, because a game is a lie. It is about survival. It's persisting through time, and the minute you stop and you look at it as is, that's it. It's over. Game's over. You look at the very truth of any game and it's gone. So the only way to really continue to do this is to mock it up constantly. You have to create life continually. You can't just say, okay, well, I'm rich, I quit. Because you won't be rich long. You'll be broke pretty soon. And then you're going to have another new game of trying to get my money back or trying to find food, or it doesn't make any difference. But the point is this rundown takes the very basic thrust of life and handles it. Now everybody goes, yeah, I got a pain here in my Zorch, and my left earlobe is too big, and fat women don't like me, and so I want to blah 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 blah. See? They got some idea, some unwanted condition they want to change. They want to change a condition. They don't know if they want a new condition or what. They just don't like that one. Usually they find out the new condition they get, they don't like it either. The guy says, oh, I'm broke, I need money, and you give him $1,000 and he spends it in 2 days, and now he's got debts, and now he goes, oh my God, I wish I didn't have any debts. So the game continually moves on, and this rundown is so deceptively simple. It looks like, yeah, it's a good idea. Of course, yeah, that looks good. Yep, 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 yep. I agree, I agree, I agree, I agree. So what? See, that's the beauty of it. Because you agree, you agree, you agree, you agree, you agree, you agree. These are the things that you have agreed to in this game called life. These are the things that make a difference between good survival and bad survival. Now I could go on and on about survival. I could make a whole lecture on just 1 hour of what is survival, because everybody's out there doing something weird, you know. They think they can only survive if they have a golden earring and so much money that they sit crooked in their chair. It doesn't make any difference what they think. Everybody has an opinion. You look at the factors, you know. There's a viewpoint. But all viewpoints are trying to survive in this game. That's all they're doing. They're not trying to sort of survive. Any survival is better than no survival. Having no legs and no arms and eating out of a garbage can is better than being dead. Having one eye and one tooth and being 85 years old and no girlfriends is better than being dead. See, everything, any game is better than no game. So I could beat this concept to death, but you just have to take my word for it. That doesn't make any difference if you take my word for it or you don't take my word for it, because you're going to do it anyway. Whether I say it, L. Rate said it, or anybody said it, it makes no difference. That is the game. That's what you're trying to do. Now the beauty of this rundown is, I digress a little bit. What I was saying, the people were trying to handle their case. You know, they says, okay, my case this, my case that. I don't like this, I don't like the other thing, so I need this handled. Well, that's kind of what they've been educated to, how to handle their life in Scientology. I fix something. You see, it's broke, fix it. If it's not there, put something there. And this rundown handles everything that is in life. Everything. All 8 dynamics. In other words, if you were truly happy, if you really were honestly, truly happy, you weren't doing anything wrong, you weren't doing anything non-survivable on any dynamic, you would be happy, and you would have no wants or needs. You wouldn't be trying to get rid of some case. Why would you get rid of your case? Because you're happy. You wouldn't be trying to find a wife or a girlfriend or a pile of money. Why? You're already happy. What do you need that for? That's not going to make you happy, you see. The very things that most people are trying to find, they think is going to make them happy, is just going to make things worse. I could go on and on about that, but if you have a game, see, I need $1 million, and I need it tomorrow, and you're having a lot of fun working towards that goal, you see, even though you're crying and complaining, oh, it's so bad, but you're underneath, you're really happy because you got something to do. This is better than just sitting on the park bench and playing checkers until you die. See, you got something, you got a game, you got action, you got movement, you go up tone. Woo! Boy, this is a lot of fun. Even though you cry to your neighbors, oh no, yeah, it's terrible, terrible, but you're really doing it, you see. So if you had everything on all 8 dynamics working properly, you would be happy. You wouldn't have any case, or if you did, you wouldn't care. You see, if you were happy, what else is it? Why do you want to be OT? Or you want to be clear? Or you want to have grade 0? Or you want to have, 3 purple horns? Whatever you want. Why do you want those things? See, I see this a lot in problems, in running problems as a rudiment, as an intensities, as everything else. You ask the guy, you got any problems? Or he says, I got a problem. You say, what is it? And he says, well, I need money, but my landlord hates me. Stupid auditor will try to run that. That's not a problem. I need money. I don't need money. That's a problem. I hate my landlord. I love my landlord. That's my problem. I don't like my landlord and I don't have any money. That's not a problem. It's equal and opposite things. You see, it's something that cannot be solved. It just sticks in time. It sets in time and floats along, and the Thetan sticks to it, and he's got it forever. And he also don't make any case gain if he's got a problem. So, anyway, I'm probably talking pretty fast here. Maybe not. But I'm going to have to try to go through here and transcribe everything I say. So I probably got a couple hours of typing just for a half-hour video. But, and then of course my Russian translator is going to have to try to put some kind of subtitles on this, and this is a lot of work. But anyway, where was I? Okay, yeah. So a person has something in Scientology. They try to use Scientology to solve some kind of problem. In other words, they're trying to make a better game. They're not trying to end the game. No, sir. You try to take somebody's problem away from them and not give them something else to do, and they'll fight you tooth and claw. Try to fix somebody's problem. Goes, oh, well, you know, I need a girlfriend, but I'm afraid to talk. Try to fix that one. Oh, no, come on, you can talk here. They'll give you talking lessons. And he goes out, but now he can talk, but he still don't have a girlfriend because his clothes ain't right. You give him some new clothes, and well, his haircut isn't right. And you give him a haircut, and, you know, the color of his eyes isn't right. Now, and you give him contact lenses and change his eyes, and, you know, now the sun's not shining the way it should, or the moon's in the wrong place. You cannot fix another person's problem. The reason you can't fix another person's problem is because it's not really a problem, it's a game. It's a game. They do it, they have it, they mocked it up, they keep it, they hold it next to their little heart. I don't care if it's bad leg, blind, drunken, I don't care how bad it looks. They're doing it on purpose because they don't have any other game. The only way you can get a person to get rid of a problem is show them that they can have a bigger game or a different game, or that's not the only game there is. You see? That's all covered in problems theory, games theory. There's a tremendous amount of things. I could go on and on and on about problems. Most people don't even bother. They don't even have an idea how to start with a problem. They don't even get a problem, and then they try to run an earlier assembler, and the guy don't get any better, and then they go, Scientology didn't work. Well, Scientology didn't work because you didn't do Scientology. You did some crazy thing. Who knows what it was, but it sure wasn't Scientology. It wasn't Scientology, and you know that because you didn't get any results. If you applied Scientology, you get a result. If you don't get a result, you didn't apply Scientology. I can tell you after 50 years of this that is true. You know, it's not just true for me, it's true for anything, because Scientology is the rules of the universe, not just a good way to hold your mouth when you go fishing. That's a stupid phrase, but you know, you hold your mouth just right, the fish will bite, see? It got nothing to do with fish biting. Putting a worm in a hook and a string and throwing it in the water, that's how you catch fish. I don't care. You could sit there with no hook and no worm in the water forever, make all the faces you want, complain all you want, cry all you want, have everybody give you everything that you ask for. As long as you don't have a worm and a hook in the water, you'll never catch a fish. You can cry, oh, that's a good game. Oh, poor me, I'm starving, blah, blah, you know, lots of excitement there, you know. So, back to this happiness rundown. It isn't getting rid of things you don't want. It's not handling case, you see. It doesn't handle case. Even though a lot of case is hooked up to it, you know, wired together, and you handle some of these ideas, that case blows, but you're not going in handling that case, you see. You're not going in and cutting the guy's third leg off or whatever he thinks it is. See, what this does, it works very easily, very quickly. Anybody that can run ARC straight wire or self-analysis list, if you understand what ARC straight wire is, just straight remembering something. What was his color? What was his temperature? What was his weight? What was the body motion? All the stuff in self-analysis. If you can just ask a guy to remember something and see if you can get some colors and taste and smell and various things out of it, anybody can run this rundown. Of course, you have to be trained not to be Qing and A all the time and all this other stuff, but it's easy rundown to do. It's easy on the PC, and it's easy on the auditor. It's easy on the PC because he's not having to dig around and find Ingrams and charge and case and horrible things that happen to him. It's easy on the auditor because he don't have to listen to all this crap that he knows is a bunch of lies anyway. You don't have to listen to how the PC was terrible and, you know, murdered and raped and killed and cheated and lied. It was stimulative to the auditor. He don't have to listen to that anymore, you see. He just said, oh yeah, well, who was it and where were you exactly and what were they doing and what were you doing and what was their appearance? Oh, well, I was at home sitting on the steps and it was Uncle Billy Bob and you know, he had a red jacket on and he was always angry, always was angry. And auditor says, okay, good, you know, it was an earlier similar time when you had difficulty with support your parents. Oh yeah, when I was, you know, a little kid, you know, blah, 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 blah. It's easy for the PC. It's easy for the PC. It's easy for the auditor. This whole rundown is very easy. It's easy on everybody. And just because it's easy, some people think, well, it's easy, you know, I need to have OT 49,50,612 or some crazy thing. Again, we're back into the same old problem. They don't need OT 50, they need problems release. This rundown takes these ideas, these concepts that you have that you can't think with, you see. They don't make any sense. They don't make any sense. Children should be seen and not heard. You probably heard that one, huh? Yeah. I just don't understand women. Nobody can understand women. Nobody can understand men. Heard that one too. Well, those are lies. Because anybody can understand women. Anybody can understand men. See, if you go around thinking, I just don't understand blah, blah, guess what? You don't understand blah, blah, and you're never going to have any success. Never have any success. If you don't understand, you will not have success. This rundown is very easy. It uses ARC straight wire techniques to find things that you don't agree with, you can't think with, that don't make sense, that don't add up across 8 dynamics. Survival. This is simple. It's so simple, it's falling off a log simple. Now the rundown is brilliant. I have to say it's brilliant. It's done in certain sequences, you know. But basically what you're doing is valence stripping. You're getting old valences. You're getting old ideas, old screwball things that never made any sense to you, but you do them anyway because that's the right thing to do, you see. Children should be seen and not heard. Okay, so now you put on your clown suit and jump up and down and be quiet. That's not going to do you any good. It doesn't make any sense. How's this going to get you a job, acting like a clown, jumping up and down and being quiet? It's not going to get you a job. You know, a house is on fire. It's going to burn down. Mom and daddy's going to die. Everybody's going to die. But you should be seen and not heard. So you go stand in the bedroom while they're asleep waving your arms. Crazy. It's crazy. No, you yell, fire, fire, fire. You need to be heard. You need to be seen and heard. You see, this is just one thing. There's so many. English is full of these crazy ideas. And the Russians, and I'm not nothing bad about Russians, but they're a superstitious bunch. You're not supposed to step on a step. You're not supposed to spit this way. You're not supposed to spit that way. If somebody gives you some vodka, it's bad manners not to drink it. Now that's crazy. Somebody gives me a glass of poison, and I'm supposed to drink it just because it's good manners? Now that don't make sense. You see, that don't add up. You know, somebody give me a gun and says, here, you know, I'm going to kill myself. Go ahead, you kill yourself too, or I won't like you. That don't make sense. It doesn't add up. It doesn't. I can't think with it. Just that one. You know, it's bad luck to step on the threshold or step across it. Oh, step across the threshold whistling. It's bad luck. Now, that don't make no sense at all. Why isn't it you don't step across the threshold farting? Or picking your nose? Or wiggling your ear? Or walking backwards? None of it makes any sense. It's not bad luck. It's nothing. It's just an action. These are just a couple of the things. You know, English, like I said, is full of them. And I'm sure Russia has its own particular one. And God knows in China they probably have something that you can't, you know, stand on your ears on Dragon's Day and wiggle your fingers or your mama's gonna die. There's an American one. Step on a crack, break your mama's back. That's a children's game, hopping along on a sidewalk. If you step on a crack and you break your mama's back. That don't make no sense. But if you have a winning valence that says it and you pick it up, you start running your whole life according to this crazy idea. And because you did it on purpose, knowingly, consciously, and aware, it is not going to read on a meter. It's not bank. You're going to have a lot of bank and Ingrams hooked up after that to it. But the idea is not bank. The concept is not bank. It's something that you decided to do yourself. And you decided to do it. You're busy trying to get rid of things. You're never going to get rid of you. Do you see? You did it. You decided it. You agreed. And now you can't find it. Why? Because it's you. You think it's you. You think it's you. It's not you, but you think it is. So you're never going to find it. You could sit there with a meter and look for reads for the next billion years, and you're never going to find it. There's a joke. I've told this joke many times. It's two drunks. They go out and they go out of the bar, and there's this one drunk crawling around on the ground underneath the street light. And the other drunk says, "What are you doing?" And he says, "I'm looking for my car keys." And he says, "Oh, let me help you." So he gets down. They both crawl around all under the street light for a long time and never do find them. And the first drunk says, "Well," he says, "where did you drop them? Where did you lose your keys?" And the guy says, "Over there in the dark." And he says, "Well, what are we looking over here for in the street light?" He says, "Well, we can see here." You see what I mean? The keys are over in the dark. You're only going to look in the places you see. You're only going to try to find what you want to get rid of. And that's not what is wrong. That's not what is wrong. So that's what this happiness rundown does. I know this tape is probably getting to be kind of long. But this is not a short rundown. All I'm really saying here, I want to make 2 points. One is that this rundown deals with everything that has to do with survival. Everything. Number 2 is that it's very easy. It's only postulates. It's not got big giant Ingrams holding it down. You got to peel off stuff to find it. No, it's real easy to find. The cognitions are huge. The cognitions are just huge. Oh my God, I still do that today. No wonder I can't find my keys. I'm looking in the street light and they're in the dark. Wow. Huge, huge, huge cognitions. So it deals with survival. It's very easy to do. And the cognitions are huge. 3 main things. 3 big, giant things. Now, the other thing about this rundown, I can tell you by experience. You know, you go run off some case and you get rid of a bad pain in the back or something. Whoa, man, I feel great. Hooray, hooray. Well, that's all good. That's very good. And now he doesn't limp as bad or something. You see, well, he's got to win. You know, everybody else can see, yeah, he walks straight now. He used to walk real crooked, and he looks pretty good. But this rundown, everybody notices. Everybody notices. His neighbors, his friends, the guy on the bus, you know, the girl at the grocery store, his mama, his papa, his dog. Everybody notices there's something different about him. He seems to be calmer. No, he seems to be a lot more happy. You know, he doesn't talk crazy like he used to. You know, he used to always make stupid jokes, and he don't make those jokes anymore. This immediately affects his whole dynamics. And immediately, I mean, he has a cognition today, and tomorrow there's big changes. So, anyway, I mean, you just have to take my word for that. So the thing is that this rundown, the happiness rundown, is probably the most undervalued rundown in all of Scientology. It's a long rundown. You know, it's not like, oh yeah, well, there's 13 precepts and we'll just check them all and that'll be it. You know, I've had one guy on it for 2 years. And nothing but rocket ride gain all the way. Before, he gambled, he lost money constantly. He never had any money. He was in trouble with the IRS. He was trouble here, he was trouble there. He had family problems. This guy was a ball of problems. Now, he don't gamble anymore. His family's doing fine. His children and everything got good jobs. They love him. His work is going real well. He's got plenty of money. He had heart problems before. I thought he was going to die. His heart problems are all gone, or at least he's on a good diet now, and he's very healthy, and he's very cheerful. And he used to always make stupid jokes about people. Now he never jokes anything. He never says anything bad about it anymore. They used to constantly natter about how bad people were, or how black guys did this, or green guys did the other thing, or fat people did something, or skinny guys. None of that ever occurs anymore, you see. He's just happy. Well, I've got to go to work, got a lot of work to do, you know, a lot of jobs, and yeah, money's coming in, and yeah, I got little problems, but, you know, that's the way it goes. The guy is 180 degrees, night and day difference. And he's only a third of the way through the rundown. We finished up through the second dynamic, basically. He's still got 6 dynamics to go. I couldn't tell you how many cognitions the guy had. 1,000. 10,000. I don't know. But everybody notices. Boy, old Tom is doing good. Did you see Tom lately? Man, he looks good. He lost a lot of weight, didn't he? Oh, well, you know, he's a funny guy. Good, good, good. Good news, good news, good news, good news. Everybody's happy. Everybody likes him. Everybody gets along with him. This is from other people. That's not from him. You listen to him. Oh yeah, I'm doing fine. Yeah, I had a lot of cognitions. Oh yeah, boy, I used to do this and that. And I don't know why I ever did that. That was the craziest thing I ever did. And this is not just one PC. This is every single PC I've ever run this on. So anyway, this is a long, drawn-out thing. I'm sorry about the length. It was supposed to be a short video, but it's not a short subject. I'm trying to get people to realize the importance of this rundown. It's not just something cute. Yeah, let's do that. Take 15 minutes. Now where's my OT40? No, it ain't that way. You finish this rundown, you're done. You don't give a damn about OT40. What's that? Oh, well, yeah, I'm busy right now, though. You know, talk to me in a few years. Maybe I'll need something. Auditing? No, hell no. I'm busy. I got a lot of stuff to do. I'm happy, you know. One of these days, if I ever need any auditing, I'll let you know, okay? And he's gone, you know. That's the kind of results that you get. You see, you don't have me crying constantly about this and that and the other thing. And of course, you know, they get a lot of wins. Scientology gives them a lot of wins. Their auditing gives them a lot of wins, and they want more auditing. It's not like you're going to get rid of the PC forever. But what the point I'm trying to make is that the person has super big wins. Super big wins. Bigger than any of Scientology. It's the easiest thing to do in all of Scientology, almost. You know, self-analysis, you know, recall a time you threw a bird in the air. I mean, it's about that easy, really. It's not hard to do at all. It's easy on a PC, it's easy on Otter. So anyway, that's one of the main things that I want to stress to people. You know, the funny thing here is, now I can tell you this, there's a couple reasons why people don't audit this happiness rundown. One, they never saw any results. They never saw anybody that really got audited on it. And two, they're not happy. The auditor's not happy. The auditor is not happy either. He don't have no money. He blah, blah, blah. He's not happy. How in the world is he ever going to get a PC when he thinks it's okay to be unhappy? He's not. PC looks normal to him. He's crying. I'm crying. Hey, this is Russia. It's Russia. Or it's America or whatever. You know, such is life. Spanish, Mexican. Así es la vida. That's the way it goes. Such is life. Tough break. That's the way the ball bounces. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Apathy, 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 apathy. They never saw a result that was never run on them. And so you have this mutual outroots, you see. If you have an auditor that thinks children should be seen and not heard, and the PC says children should be seen and not heard, the auditor goes, yeah, They're both crazy. You see? What about a fire? Well, you know, that's different. No, it's not different. See, you just got through telling me that made the most sense in the world, and now you say, no, in the case of a fire, maybe something different. That's what we're after, you see? Something you can't think with. Didn't add up. Didn't quite make sense. Doesn't have to be anything big. Everybody wants to go for something big. No, it's something little. I never understood why girls wear high heels. Never did figure that one out. You see, it's something like that. Why do we drink at a wedding and we drink at a funeral? We drink at divorce and we drink at, you know, why? I mean, why not we just drink at weddings and, you know, drink vodka at weddings and drink beer at funerals? That would make more sense, you see. It's these little things that a person, they think they're so little they couldn't make any difference in their case, you see. No, this ain't got nothing to do with this. I want OT40. Or I want to run a massive Ingram with a lot of pain and blood and guts and bring it on. He needs the very lightest thing that he can get. He thinks his case is so tough he has to run a giant Ingram, or he's got to run OT49 to make a dent. Well, all that tells you is he's completely overwhelmed with this case, and you should be touch a wall and recall a time you're happy. This is wonderful for new PCs. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rundown for new PCs. Because it handles the very thing that is destroying and ruining their life. They're unhappy. They wouldn't be talking to you if they were happy. Happy guy come up and you say, "Hey, I'm an auditor, I can help you." And he goes, "Yeah, sure you can. See you later, pal." You see, you're not going to get a happy PC. Ain't going to occur. Mostly because there aren't any. There's nobody in the world running around that hasn't done this happiness rundown that's truly happy. They'll lie to you and say, "Oh yeah, I'm happy." But they're not. They don't even know they're not. So a new PC, this is great for new PCs. You know, you clean up things, you get them grooved into how the auditing and procedures and things work, and you start peeling off these valences. And, you know, don't take much. And the EP, the whole rundown, of course, is the guy moves out of the valence of being an unhappy person and across the dynamics, you see. A lot of ideas about the dynamics. He moves out of this valence of being unhappy and doing all these things wrong that you don't even know why he's doing. They don't make sense. They don't add up. He can't think with them. You know, they never did understand them. But he still does them because Daddy said, or Mama said, or Uncle Elmo said, or the pretty little girl with the blue eyes when I was a kid said, or the mean kid that stole my bicycle said, or, you know, somebody said. Nobody did anything. Somebody said something, you see. Somebody said. A valence, unhappy valence said blah, blah, blah. Dumb little kid sat there and took it all in. Now he's unhappy. You don't know why he's unhappy. You don't even know he is unhappy. He thinks that this is the way life is. He thinks this is the way life works. Life don't work that way, trust me. So anyway, I'm going to make 2 of these videos. This one here, I got a little runaway on it and rambling on about this happiness rundown. But what I'm going to do is explain to people how this happiness rundown works, the very things that why it works, the brilliance of it, the easiness of it, and how it changes lives radically, quickly, easily, and painlessly. Hopefully I'll be able to train some people on how to do this rundown. I don't know how long I'll be there, probably a month, but if everybody will jump on it and study it for a month and not ask a bunch of dumb questions about, you know, what does some weird thing, why, you know, if I can just put some time in on this happiness rundown, I can train some happiness rundown auditors and CSs, and I can probably deliver the happiness rundown, at least a good part of it, to several people. This next video, this one here is probably pretty close to an hour. The next one that I'm going to put up is I'm going to be talking about case supervision, how to determine what a case needs. One of the big mistakes that everybody does is they listen to the PC and they don't look at the case and see what the text says about that case. They look at the PC and the PC says, "Oh, my eye, blah, blah, blah." That's a big mistake right there. You see, they should be looking at a folder and seeing PC has been complaining about his eye for the last 15 years. They feel sorry for the PC. They try to do something about his eye. Instead of actually looking at the case itself, not the PC. They should be looking at the case. They should be looking at the basic case supervision data. You know, there's only about 4 or 5 different kinds of cases. But anyway, this is part of it. And of course, you know, I'll talk about, you know, various tech things that people might want to talk about. And I'll be auditing, and I'll try to do as best I can and patch up people. Because mostly this is very, very important. There's a lot of auditing errors made. There's case errors made. You know, there's life errors made. These things all have to be fixed before a major process is run. And I mean, this is like recall a time when you're happy is a major process. A major process is anything designed to change the case. Anything, any process. It doesn't have to be, whoa, $2 No, it just got to be, recall a time you're happy. If you think that that's going to change that PC's case, that's a major process. If he's got auditing errors, if he's got life errors, he's got rudiment problems, he's got this and that and the other thing, he's never going to run that process. So then you wind up with a lot of PCs. Oh yeah, we ran that. Well, he might have had some auditors sit there and parrot to him these commands. PC never ran it. PC wasn't even there. PC was thinking about his Zorch. PC was still worried about his eyeball, hoping that OT billion would fix his eyeball. Everybody missed the fact that his eyeball was bad. That's the only thing PC's interested in. That's the only thing that could have been run. Everything else was just throwing the baby in the bathwater out. So that's one of the things that I really want to stress, and what I want to teach this time, and help people really understand that you have to get the errors in the case fixed before you run anything. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. You're wasting the PC's time, you're wasting the PC's money, and the PC's not going to get any better. And he'll stick with you hoping and hoping for quite a while, then he'll go to another auditor, and the other auditor do the same thing, and he'll hope and hope and hope, and eventually he's going to get tired and quit and go join the Boy Scouts, or, you know, go down to Ukraine and have a revolt or something. You know, he's not going to wind up being a good PC because his case was never handled. And 20 years later you ask him, well, what did Scientology do for you? And he says, well, it never fixed my eye. And I don't care. He had 10,000 hours of auditing, but his eye was never fixed. The reason his eye was never fixed is because he never really got that present time problem handled. All the auditing in the world over the top of the present time problem will not produce case gain. Anyway, I'm not going to go into case supervision in the second part of this video. This video has been about the happiness rundown, some of the ways that it's ran, some of the things that it does, some of the results and benefits, and a little bit about what the rundown handles, you know, survival across the dynamic. So this is just a quickie intro video, even though it may not seem very quick. But anyway, to the translator, Misha, whoever's trying to put on the subtitles on this thing, you probably got your work cut out for you. And to everybody watching it, I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you got some cognitions out of it. You should have got some cognitions out of it. You know, I hope you start to see some things maybe in your life that don't make sense, that you never did figure out, that it doesn't add up, you see. That's what this rundown does. You start to become aware of these things that aren't making any sense. And just that alone, and you start looking, well, where did I get that, you know? Children should be seen and not heard. Well, my dad used to say it all the time. It's all the rundown almost runs itself. The auditor just kind of sits there and pokes a PC a little bit once in a while. PC does all the work. He's real happy to do all the work. Oh yeah, yeah, let me think here. Yeah, you know, I think I did see something like that. Never did make no sense to me. PC's very happy to do it. Real easy for the auditor. So anyway, very easy rundown. Enormous case gain. Most case gain, I think, in all of Scientology. And a rundown that if it was done completely and thoroughly, and it can be done many times, you know, over the years as the guy gets brighter, he would have no need for any other auditing. I mean, he would need it, yeah, but he sure would be happy. So at the end of the day, isn't that what we're all trying to do in life, is just get through life and win and be happy? That's all this rundown does. It gets you to get through life winning and being happy. So anyway, I'm going to end it off here, and hopefully you'll be able to come to Moscow or wherever I'm going to be and get to meet me, and I'd like to see my old friends, and maybe you can get some sessions, and hopefully you show up for a little bit of this happiness rundown training. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you later. Пока. До свидания.